up, everybody? My name is Logan Strom. Welcome to CTF Strom Talks Football. Today is Thursday, and I wanted to do something that was off the topic of sports. So I wanted to make another Mario video because a lot of people have been seeming to like those, and plus I like making them. So I might just keep doing Mario videos towards the end of the week anyway because it's been really fun. So today I wanted to talk about Mario sports games, and I wanted to rank them all. When you think of Mario games, you always think of like the 2D platformers, the 3D platformers, and Mario Kart. And sometimes Mario Party. Maybe I'll get to that soon. But people tend to forget about the sports games. And I know people might say Mario Kart kind of counts as a sports game. But I completely think that's separate. That's a separate deal. I think Mario Kart games and sports games are very different from each other. But yeah, a lot of people tend to forget about the Mario sports games. And people tend to forget how fun most of these games can be. And how underrated these games can be as well compared to other Nintendo games. So today I'm going to rank them all to see which ones are my favorite, and some of them are most likely from the Wii U. So let's not waste any more time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. With all out of the way, let's get started. Alright, here we are at the tier list. So I'm going to be going over every single category. At the very top we've got the MVPs, the best of the games out of all of them. Below that we've got the great games. Below that we've got the good/average games. Below that we've got the mediocre games. At the bottom we've got the terrible games, which, to be honest, there is a few of them. So let's get started with the very first game. We've got Mario Tennis for the Virtual Boy. To the people that don't even know what the Virtual Boy is, first of all, I don't blame you. I'm going to be going over what that is now. So the Nintendo Virtual Boy is a console that was developed by Nintendo. It came out in 1995. It was supposed to be this handheld / VR type gaming console to where it was just going to completely change the gaming industry as it was at that time. But this video game console had so many issues that it made the Wii U look safe. First of all, they did not know how to market this console, just like they did with the Wii U, except worse. They couldn't really sell games. They only had like 10 to 15 games for the system. And if you've ever used a Virtual Boy or have seen videos of Virtual Boy games, you can already tell that the games look absolutely terrible. Like, this is just an example of it. It's completely in black and white, and it just looks absolutely awful. Like, I don't even know what this game is supposed to be, but it's just the fact that it's, like, every single one of their games was in black and white, and it just gave people the most massive headaches they can get. It was just terrible. But lo and behold, one of the first games for this console was the very first Mario sports game, Mario Tennis for the Virtual Boy, and no shock to anybody, this one is absolutely terrible, not just because of how awful the game looks, but also there's nothing to do in the game. There's like 2 modes where it's singles and doubles. There's only like 6 characters. There's nothing to it. It's really boring, and it just looks terrible. Alright, now we got the very first playable sports game. We've got Mario Golf for the Nintendo 64. I finally tried this out when I finally got a Nintendo 64 of my own. And I'm not going to lie, this game's actually a lot of fun. It shocked me because most of the N64 sports games really don't age well. But this one is actually really good. I'm going to put in great. The games were a lot of fun. The character roster is actually really good for the Nintendo 64. And the holes are actually really fun to play, and playing with friends is even better. Like, this is a really good game. Next, we got Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color. This one's decent. I'll put it in good. It's a decent game. But if you try to compare it to some of the other games that we have coming up, and honestly Mario Golf for the N64, it's honestly not as good, but it's still a decent game. Next we got Mario Tennis for the Nintendo 64. I hear this game talked about all the time as it being one of the best sports games for Mario, and how it's just like one of the best that they've ever had, and it's fun, but I also think it's very overrated. Don't get me wrong, if you try to compare this game to some of the new stuff, you could probably have an argument, but just compared to some of the other games, this one is not the greatest. It has a really good character roster, I will say that, but my biggest problem with this game is the controls. The controls in this game are terrible. There's nowhere else to say it. Like, I really do not like the controls of this game. I know it's a Nintendo 64 game, but at the same time, Mario Golf for the Nintendo 64, that came out before the tennis game, and I think those controls still hold up well today. Maybe I'll try this game out again to give it a second shot, but for now, I'm just going to put it in average. Up next, we've got Mario Tennis for the Game Boy Color. I actually think this game's better than the N64 one, but I also still think it's kind of an average game. It's still good, but again, when you compare it to some of the others, it's honestly not close. Next, we got Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. This game is phenomenal, man. This is one of my favorite sports games there is. You're going to see a theme with these sports games where the GameCube era, Mario sports games were absolutely elite, and this one is no exception. This game is jam-packed with things to do. They have tons of holes. The controls are fantastic for the GameCube. The character roster is very unique. I always go with Shadow Mario because there is no other game you can play him as. But yeah, this game is absolutely phenomenal. If you have a GameCube and you have this game lying around, play it like immediately. It's a great game. Next, we got Mario Golf Advanced Tour. I know people really love this game just because it's basically a story mode packed game. You basically have like your own avatar and you it's basically a story mode. Same with the tennis game we have later. But this is just my personal opinion. I play Mario sports games so I can play as certain Mario characters and try to play certain sports. I don't go there to play some crazy ass story mode as the main gimmick of the game. So it's a good game, but it's very, very average. It's almost going towards mediocre. I'm just not a fan of this game. Up next, we got Mario Power Tennis. Again, this game is phenomenal, just like Mario Golf for the GameCube. Mario Power Tennis is so fun. The character roster is amazing in this game. The courts you can play on are fantastic. The tournament mode is really good. And the courts you can unlock and the characters you unlock, it's all great. Like, this game is really fun, and it really holds up. Up next, we've got Mario Superstar Baseball. Again, this game is fantastic, but I think, in my personal opinion, this game is better than these two. I love the golf game, and I love the tennis game. But my personal opinion, my favorite Mario sports, that they had as a game is baseball. Like, baseball is my favorite sport when it comes to the Mario sports games, and this one is just fantastic. The roster is huge. The stadiums you can play in are really good. I love how certain positions are player strengths, and you just have a whole bunch of characters to try to build this super team. It's super fun. Up next, we got Mario Tennis Power Tour. I might just put this one in mediocre. Here's the thing. I like golf more than tennis, and I really don't care for this game as it is. And when you have tennis, I just don't care for the story mode based games. I just don't care about them. I want to play a sports game where I can play certain Mario characters just for fun. And if they have a story mode attached to it, then cool. But I'm not going to try to play a Mario sports game where the story mode is the main attraction. I don't care. Up next, we got Super Mario Strikers. I love this series. We'll get to the second game later. I'm going to put this one in great. And hear me out. Most people would put this in MVPs, but hear me out on this one. This game is tons of fun. But if you compare it to the second game, it's honestly not even close to which one is better. But yeah, this game is really good. And it should be known as one of the best Mario sports games. I just don't think it's as good as these three up here. Up next, we got Mario Hoops 3-on-3 from the Nintendo DS. This game honestly shocks me with how good this game was. When I heard of how the controls were when it was basically touchscreen based, I thought this game was going to be terrible. I thought this game just was not going to control well. And I was completely wrong. The touchscreen controls are honestly really, really responsive, and the game is a lot of fun. It's basically 3v3 basketball, and yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. There's tons of different courts you can play on. You can unlock a certain ton of basketballs that are really cool. The character roster is massive. Final Fantasy characters are unlockable in this game. That is a crazy collab, but yeah, I'm all for it. This game is tons of fun, man. Up next, we got the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games, the very first one. I'm going to be honest, I really don't care for these games, but I can appreciate the first one. I really like the first one. I'm going to rank the Wii and the DS versions very close. There's only one certain game where the console versus handheld versions are completely different. But I just think this game is really good. Way better compared to some of the other games we got later. But yeah, this game's really fun. It takes Mario and Sonic, a huge collab. You have a bunch of these Mario and Sonic characters you can play as, and you basically play Olympic Games every single time the Olympics are around. It's fun, but it can get very stale. Up next, we got Mario Strikers Charge. This is probably my second place favorite Mario sports game. There's only one that's above it, that we might get to later. Yeah, this game is absolutely phenomenal. The only problem I have with this game is that the charge shots can be a little broken, but that's the only thing. Like, the character roster is amazing. The stadiums you can play in are amazing. You can play as all of the originals from the first game. They have a couple more new characters, and they're all fantastic. This game is just super fun. I don't know how they can make soccer games this entertaining and fun to play. Like, I just don't know how they do it. But yeah, this game is a blast. Up next, we've got Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. This is the one I was talking about where I think the console version is very different compared to the handheld version. I think the console version is good, but I think the handheld version is so much better. I think that Nintendo DS version of this game is the best Mario and Sonic game out of all of these. I just really like the story mode in this game. I know I was ripping on these Game Boy Advance games for having a huge story mode, and it just wasn't that fun to me. But it's just something about this one where it was just super fun, and I just had a blast with it. And I think the winter sports in this game are just a lot of fun too. Like, this game is honestly really underrated, and you should try it out. Up next, we got Mario Super Sluggers. If anybody knows me at any point in time, they would know that this is my absolute favorite sports game out of them all. I absolutely adore Mario Super Sluggers. This game is just so good, man. I know it's motion controls, and most people might not care about that, but the motion controls in this game are just so fluid and good between pitching and batting. The character roster is even better than the first one, and some of the characters they add are just fantastic. Like, this is one of the only times you can play as King K. Rool in anything. Like, it's great stuff. The story mode is phenomenal. I love the story mode in this game. You basically do certain missions to basically unlock characters to where you beat Bowser and his super team. It's great stuff, man. This game is amazing. You need to try it out. Next, we got Mario Sports Mix. Yeah, this one is very mediocre. I don't think it's trash, but it's definitely one of the most boring sports games out of all of them. This game is a mix of 4 different sports. We've got dodgeball, volleyball, basketball, and hockey. The games themselves are fun, but it's just, there's really nothing much to do. I mean, I guess you can play the certain tournaments to try to unlock characters, but that's about it. Like, they also did another collab with Final Fantasy characters, which I guess is cool. But if you try to compare it to Mario Hoops 3-on-3, it's not even close. But this game's okay, but it's definitely extremely boring. Up next, we got the Mario and Sonic 2012 Olympic Games. Spoiler alert, I think this is like the last of the good ones. This one is really good. Like, I'll rank them up, both of them on top here. I think both of these games are really good. This is basically the last of the good games, and yeah, there's really nothing much to say. It's basically like the first game, except I think it's a little more polished and it's a little better of a game overall. Up next, we got Mario Tennis Open. We're at a very interesting time with Mario sports games. We are at the 3DS era now. I'm not gonna lie, this one is honestly pretty underrated. I'm gonna put it in good. I don't think it stands a chance against these guys up here. But honestly, check this game out if you have the game. Like, it's honestly really underrated. Like, the tennis itself could be kind of boring, but you gotta check out the mini games. One of them in particular is World 1-1, basically the very first Mario level of the first Mario game. And you basically interact with the level hitting the tennis ball against the wall. It's really fun. Like, you gotta try it out. It really, like, picks up this game from being a mediocre to like good/average. It's a really solid game. Up next, we got Mario and Sonic at the 2014 Olympic Winter Games. I know that's a really long title. I really don't care for this one compared to the first Olympic Winter Game one. It's just really boring to me. I just don't think it's as fun as the first one, and like there's no like 3DS version, which is weird because the Wii U and the 3DS were the newest consoles at the time. But yeah, this game's just not that fun to me. I'm sorry. Up next, we got Mario Golf World Tour. Another underrated game. I'll put it in good. Like, I don't know why. Just the golf in this game is honestly really good. Plus, the roster, like the characters you can play as, is very underrated. Like, if you somehow find this game around and you have a 3DS, I suggest trying it out. It's a really decent game. Like, it's not that bad. Up next, we got Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Anybody that knows Mario knows this game is infinite for being terrible. This game is absolutely garbage. This game was like up to fail from the beginning. First off, they launched it at $50, which is ridiculous for this game. The control scheme is stupid. The game itself is really boring. There's nothing new about this game other than Mega Ball Rally, which itself is super boring. And even though there was online to it, nobody played this game online. Nobody played it even when it launched. So this game was a fail at launch, and it was just terrible. Up next, we got Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. I think this game is garbage. I played it a few times, and this game is just not fun. This is when the Mario Sonic series really started to get stale. Like, they were really having a hard time thinking of good ideas for this game. I will say the character roster is interesting to say the least, but overall this game is just not good. And next we got Mario Sports Superstars, I think what this game is called. I don't even know what they're trying to do here. This game is garbage. Like, I know they have some of the most iconic sports, like they have tennis for some reason, and they also have baseball, which are two big sports that they already made games on. And just those two sports in this game are just really boring. I mean, they also have soccer, which is terrible unless you made it like Mario Striker style. And then they also have horse riding. Like what? I mean, I know they're trying to do something new, but like, this is just not fun. And the character roster, while being decent, is also terrible at the same time. Like, I don't even know why they even made this game. I guess just to make money because it had Mario's face on it. But like, there's nothing to this game. Like, it's really forgettable, and it's a good reason for it, because this game sucks. Up next, we got Mario Tennis Aces from the Nintendo Switch. This game is a bit of fresh air compared to the other games, in my opinion. I honestly think this game is a lot of fun. When this game launched, this game was just all over the place. The controls are really responsive and really good. The courts themselves are really fun to play on. I love how some of the characters wear special suits and basically costumes to fit with the tennis atmosphere. And honestly, the story mode is pretty solid. Like, this is like the very first like good story mode in a long time. And yeah, it's pretty good. This game does have a few flaws though. One, I think some of the special shots are kind of broken. Two, the story mode was good but also not great. And three, the way how you unlock characters in this game was just bogus. You had to wait like every single month for them to release characters, and you basically got it for free. Like, it was some of the most stupidest shit they had in a Mario sports game, but it was still a really fun game. Up next, we got Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. For now, this is the very last Mario and Sonic game that we have as we know it. And this one, honestly, ended off with a bang. It's not as good as the first two, but it's still a very solid game. It is still kind of stale, but they did do just enough to try to keep it different. I love the whole 8-bit, 16-bit style game. I think that mode's really cool just to show the history of it and just seeing the collab between the old 8-bit, 16-bit style of those characters. But let's be honest, it's not the greatest game, and compared to the very first two, it's not the best. Up next, we got Mario Golf Super Rush. This game had me in the first half. At first, I thought this game was really fun, and it really went back to the old style Mario Golf. And then they started releasing certain stuff, and I really just lost interest. I'm going to say it's an average game. Don't get me wrong, the controls in this game are really good, and basically the graphics are really good as well. But the music is very generic and boring. The story mode is extremely boring. And I think the Super Rush mode is really boring as well. Like, when I play this game, I'm going to play it the normal golf way. I'm not trying to shoot a shot and basically have to do certain running styles to get to my next shot. I think that's so stupid. And plus, they basically stole a formula from Mario Tennis Aces where they had new characters, but you basically had to wait certain time for it just to appear on your screen. Like, I don't know why games you can't just unlock characters. Like, why do they do this every time? other than Mario Kart. But at the same time, you have to give Nintendo preps for trying to do something new with this game. Like, even though Super Rush mode wasn't the best, they did try to do something new, and you have to prop them for that. And the last Mario sports game we have for now is Mario Strikers Battle League. I'm not gonna lie, when the Nintendo Direct came out and the trailer came out for this, everyone, including myself, was extremely excited because we've been begging for a new Mario Strikers game. And as soon as it came out, after like a week, nobody talked about this game again, and it makes sense because this game absolutely sucks. They took everything that we loved from the first two games other than the game style. Like, that's still there. The graphics are really good, and if you can understand the controls, they're pretty good. But that's the thing. The controls are just so confusing. It was like playing FIFA. That's basically what it felt like. It felt like a Mario style game of a FIFA game. It's boring. Plus, this game hardly had any content. Like the very first two games, there was tons of things to do, but this one was just so bland, and there's just nothing to do in this game. And then also, like I said before, the controls were just so confusing. It was so confusing to try to get used to the controls. Like, again, it felt like a FIFA game. This was hyped up to be one of the most exciting Mario sports games in a long time, but instead, this was just one of their biggest fails. Like, this has to be one of their most disappointing sports games Nintendo has ever launched. And there you guys have it. That was me giving you guys my Mario sports game tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below on what your favorite Mario sports game is down below. And let me know your ideas on what a new Mario sports game can be. Me personally, we gotta have a Mario football game. We've had basketball, we've had tennis, we've had golf, we've had baseball, we've had all these other sports, we've had the Olympics, but we just have not had American football. And I know there's a reason for that because Nintendo is in Japan, but come on, give the world what we want. Give us a Mario football game. Hopefully it will be an absolute blast. But that's where we're going to be done for the day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.